It's official and President Trump finally signed it. This is a historical moment because President Trump and the First Lady signed a very important and crucial executive order. I'm going to tell you about it in just a minute, but the good news is here as Donald Trump's stimulus check update. White House committed on $2,000 payments. This came from the official sources of White House that President Donald J. Trump is finally committed to send these $2,000 worth of checks to millions of Americans, and we received some very important and crucial details about these $2,000 worth of checks. But before I begin, all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. Now let's start with the good news and stimulus check update, as after President Trump's announcement, now White House says that it's committed on $2,000 worth of payments, and White House is talking about stimulus checks. This came from White House, means the official government source, and this is not just huge, this is great news for millions of Americans, because after President Donald J. Trump talked about these $2,000 worth of payments for Americans, this statement from White House, it's indeed something that you can't ignore.
We're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing.
Wow, this is huge for millions of low and middle income Americans, because the details that we have just received about these $2,000 worth of stimulus checks are not just shocking, these are beyond shocking details, because it seems like a miracle, because there was no expectation of these $2,000 worth of checks. Look at this. President Donald J. Trump is committed, pay attention to this word, to sending Americans $2,000 worth of dividend checks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said, and this came from the official source of White House, means Caroline Leavitt said that President Donald J. Trump is committed to sending these checks to millions of Americans. Just few days ago, if you remember, a number of Republicans said that we can think about these checks, but first we will pay down the national debt. But now President Trump is saying we'll first send these checks to Americans, then we'll take care of the national debt. And this is not me saying, this came straight from President Donald J. Trump. Look at this. He posted this on Truth Social. All money left over from the $2,000 worth of payments made to low and middle income US citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Well, this is huge because we also received the eligibility details, means that who is eligible for these checks, when you can expect these payments, and what this administration and President Trump both are doing to send these checks to Americans. Are these checks coming on Thanksgiving or before Christmas? Well, we have so much to tell you in this video, but first let's start with this very important post from President Trump. Well, he also posted this on Truth Social. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. Record investment in the US, plants and factories going up all over the place, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person. Let me repeat it. It's $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Now, you need to understand this, that this is just not exciting. This is actually a great news for millions of Americans. So, President Trump said that $2,000 for a person means that each adult and dependent will also receive $2,000. So, for example, if you're a family of 5, are you going to receive $10,000 in these payments? This is going to be a game changer for millions of low and middle income households, because there's no doubt that a number of families, or you can say hundreds and thousands of families, are struggling in this inflation, and these $10,000 worth of checks are going to be a game changer for these millions of Americans who are waiting for some sort of relief from this administration. Well, look at this. Caroline Leavitt also said on Wednesday that officials are exploring ways to implement a plan to distribute money from tariff revenue. She did not provide further details about the plan. A White House official told President Trump's tariffs are resetting global commerce, securing manufacturing investments, and safeguarding our national economic security. And they're also raising billions in revenue for the federal government. The administration is committed to putting this money to good use for the American people. Given we have not yet revealed any specifics here, back of the envelope analysis about the dividends are baseless speculation. Well, this is from Newsweek. I'm also going to link this article in the video's description, because we want to be as honest, as transparent as possible on Credit Viral Show. And you already know that right here on this channel, we give you the updates as soon as we receive them. And this is not a channel, this is your biggest source of getting the breaking news about your stimulus checks, social security, SNAP benefits, disability benefits, veteran benefits, and all state and federal government benefits. So make sure you subscribe to the Credit Viral Show right now. So why it matters? Trump had faced a backlash over his handling of the economy since his return to the White House, and inflation and economic uncertainty are rife. Stimulus checks could prove particularly popular among lower income voters, but some policy experts have raised concern about the feasibility of the proposal. Well, according to a number of analysts and experts, these checks will cost around $600 billion. Well, according to a number of lawmakers, that US hasn't received $600 billion from these reciprocal tariffs that President Donald J. Trump imposed on almost every country in the world. But according to President Donald J. Trump, he's receiving not just billions but trillions of dollars. And this is quite shocking, to be honest, because if it's in trillions, then 600 billion will be a piece of cake for this administration. And I totally forgot to tell you one thing when it comes to the eligibility criteria. According to a number of analysts and experts, these $2,000 worth of checks will be going to the people who make $100,000 and less. So if your income is $100,000 and less, then you are going to be eligible for these $2,000 worth of tariff, dividend, or stimulus checks payment from President Donald J. Trump and this administration. So please keep this in mind, because this is from a number of analysts and experts. One more thing that I would like to tell you, that do you know that President Donald J. Trump and First Lady just signed a very important executive order? Yes, you heard it absolutely right. Look at this, as this is very important. Melania Trump signs executive order with husbands to help foster care children. Yes, this is for foster care children. Now they can choose their own schools. Now they have many more possibilities when it comes to career enhancement, because this executive order will change a number of things when it comes to these foster kids. So let me give you some details about it. Well, too many people from the foster care community end up homeless, in danger on America's streets, the First Lady said before signing the ceremony. I predict this small spark today will ignite a profound and lasting nationwide movement. Our united resolve will foster a thriving future filled with the compassion and innovation. The executive order signed by both Trumps is intended to boost Melania's Fostering the Future, which aims to elevate youth transitioning out the foster care system through scholarships and educational opportunities. Now, these foster care kids have more opportunities when it comes to the scholarships and career enhancement opportunities. So this is something that thousands of these foster kids were waiting for, and now they finally have a fair level ground. Well, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this executive order, as well as about $2,000 stimulus check from President Donald J. Trump. Do you support these $2,000 checks from President Trump? If you do, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus checks. Again, if you support him, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus checks, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. And if you are a senior and you are on a Medicare plan, then I have a massive opportunity for you. Do you know you can save around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan? That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help from a real person absolutely free. Call the number on the screen today, 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.